we proclaim today that we reinforce today, in this new year, we will continue and we will double our efforts to side with those people who are oppressed in Iran and permit them to have true freedom and democracy in that country, free of the mullah dictatorship. And unfortunately, when we make this pledge, we now know we have to, in order to ensure that the people of Iran have freedom, that we are going to have to fight the battles with our own government here in Washington in order to accomplish this. It is a travesty that our government, a sin that our government is going after those people who are trying to support the democratic elements in Iran. It is sinful that a country like ours, dedicated to liberty and justice, with people who have freedom in their hearts, are letting their government now go after and target those people who are trying to solve this problem in Iran and trying to help the people of Camp Ashcroft. We will not tolerate that. We will work together, and whoever is behind this effort to attack those and to bring criminal charges against those who are helping the people of Camp Ashcroft, they will pay a price.
I just want to say, as somebody who served in Iraq with the United States Marine Corps, who helped to stand up the Iraqi government, that after all of that effort, after all of that sacrifice, that it just broke my heart at the end that that government that I helped stand up in Iraq would prosecute, would attack those at Camp Ashraf.
And when we look back on this past year, we cannot help but remember that it was 33rd straight year, the 33rd straight year, that the people of Iran have lived under the oppression of the Iranian regime. Even one day lived under the Iranian regime's oppression is one day too many. So let us take this new year as an opportunity to rededicate ourselves to the struggle for the Iranian people and against the Iranian regime. And I thank all of you for doing that.
I'd like to say hello to my brothers and sisters at Ashraf and wish them the best for the new year and wish them a better year than what we have experienced this past one. I also take this moment to recognize that we lost Badia a few days ago to the atrocities of the Iraqi regime and the United Nations doing nothing to help solve this serious problem. Badia, we will miss you always.
And I must tell you, at this point in time, I'm very disappointed in the United Nations. The leadership of MEK took it upon themselves, with the encouragement of a lot of Americans and a lot of other people, to make that first move. Take that first 400 people from Camp Ashraf and take them to liberty. And during that process, they were assured of legitimate, aggressive oversight and collaboration. The UN would be there. They would be helpful. They would make sure that things moved smoothly. We know how bad that process was, that first move, and it got even worse the second move. We also know that the leadership, in an effort to get the residents out of harm's way and resettled, said, we will deal with it, we will endure it. We also know that one individual lost their life a couple of days ago during an incredible 48-hour period, fatigued, stressed, heart attack, under enormous pressure, probably reflecting the fatigue and stress that everybody else is feeling at both Ashraf and Liberty. And yet, in spite of the problems, in spite of the deplorable conditions, some would say humanitarian conditions at Liberty, the leadership said, we need to move the process along. We need to, we'll work with the UN, we'll work with the United States. We want out of here.
The great hope for the people in Camp Liberty, Camp Ashraf, the good people in Iran, the safety of the Middle East, the safety of the world, is for the people of Iran to change their government, to remove the dictator, let him go and let his policies end up on the ash heap of history, because eventually dictators all fail, freedom eventually always wins, and the security and liberty of Iran will be secure when the people of Iran liberate their own country.
But we come today as well to be able to say thank you to all of you. I want to say thank you for letting the world know how dangerous Iran is under the present leadership, what you have been saying over and over and over again as you have been fighting for the people of Camp Ashraf. And so it is important that you remain steadfast as we try to do several things. One, first of all, to save, preserve, and reunite families in Camp Ashraf.